Hello, my name is Jeffrey Arcee. I'm the creator of Morbid Toy Box LLC, and I would like to read for you an excerpt from my upcoming horror fantasy, Paradise, which will be released exclusively on my website at www.morbidtoybox.com on October 30th, 2026. Full disclosure, you might hear a train honking outside, or you might hear my dog chomping on a bone behind me. But that's just the world I live in. So here we go. Ryan had never been so tired in his life. His face felt drained of blood and energy. His arms were trembling. The pain that plagued his left side was starting to sink in like a bad fever. It was borderline debilitating. He wasn't sure how much longer he could hang on. The shadows were so dense it almost looked as if they were alive and moving over his eyes like a turgid sea of static. Like a hypnotic liquid that wanted to drown him and lull him to sleep. He somehow plunged into the depths of a lake of nothingness. The musty perfume of the alleys saturated his senses, making him think only of rot, mildew, and death. It made him think about his sins. He suddenly saw that kid's daunting face again, the one that splashed across the windshield of Ryan's screamer as he ran right through him. Ryan gasped as he tried to recoil from the vision. "I'm so f***ed," he knew, and that he was. He pushed himself off the gnarly column he had landed on to gather his wits. As he hobbled onward, he slipped on the uneven pavement beneath him and went over, smashing his broken arm against the cobblestones as he collapsed. Another splash of molten hot agony washed over him. He smothered his urge to scream by biting down on his lower lip. He wriggled across the muck and grime that seemed to pollute the ground. The old stones in the gravel felt dirty, tainted, and greasy. They felt ancient. They had memories, bad ones. Ryan feared that he might soon become one of them. His pursuers' footfalls were closing in. The staccato sounds tortured Ryan with angst. Like the menacing ticking clock that drove the pirate villain in his favorite childhood fable into madness. He clambered back to his wobbly feet, the rabbit's foot swinging uselessly from his grasp. It was only then that he remembered he was still holding the keychain from the small lighter that it had been attached to. He cupped the lighter in his quaking hands and frantically turned the flint wheel with his thumb. Sparks flew, but no flame took. He tried once more, and this time the flame rose from the lighter like a steady yellow and blue blade poised to pierce the darkness. He held it high. He found ancient stacks of brick fused together with cracked patches of concrete. He saw crude structures, weathered and worn by age, spiraling into the implacable blackness. Stones were sticking out here and there, dripping with bat droppings and crawling with lichen. The alleys brimmed with history and decay. In the days of the colonies, numerous plagues had swept through the old archways to cull its wayward population. It had been regarded as a mysterious seasonal phenomenon, an unexplained epidemic that most scholars dismissed as a sign of the times. But the people that were taken by it were never found again. No bodies, no bones, They just vanished like a biblical rapture. The strange purge seemed to benefit the communities that once lived there. Smaller numbers left more resources for the few that survived, and they prospered. Nobody could agree on what caused the waves of catastrophic disease that came and went back then, and no one talked about it. The dead were dead. "Ryan?" A soft voice crooned behind him. Ryan froze. He spun around and the light went out. His heart leapt into his throat. In a panic, he struck the flint wheel again and again, but the flame refused to catch. Light from the futile sparks captured a vague figure standing before him. He saw deep, brown, doleful eyes. They were nearly black. They moved curiously, slowly turning like a soporific spiral. They were very close. Ryan recoiled. When the flame caught steady at last, he found a bedraggled woman with a cloud of disheveled black curls crowning her head. She appeared before him, mottled in spots from dirt and grime, but her dark skin and nubile features were unmistakable. It was the woman from his vision. Now he knew who she was. "Candy?" Ryan said dubiously. A curious urge suddenly crept into him. It wanted him to apologize for what he had done, to beg for mercy. Candy pursed her full, luscious lips at him as she lurked in closer. The rags that were draped about her soft, sinuous body were unlike her usual small, revealing, lacy attire and lingerie. What the hell was she doing out here looking like a drab? "You smell different," she purred at him, creeping in inch by inch. She seemed possessed by wonder, by need. He felt himself sinking into her hungry gaze, trusting her. It was like being caught by the pull of an all-consuming vortex. She sucked him in, deeper and deeper. Ryan pleaded, "Look, I don't know why you are out here, but I can help you. Show me the way out." And a long string of saliva stretched from her lolling lips. She looked in a trance as she kept coming in. She said, "You smell wicked. Your heart has gone dark." "Candy, Then a trembling tear broke from a flutter of her long, feathery lashes. Her face contorted as if she was trying to resist whatever this terrible urge was. In a tormented but poignant voice, she stammered, I can't stop, Ryan. I'm sorry." The flame from the lighter then wilted and died. Everything became dark again. He tried to spark it up, but the flint wheel answered him with nothing. He shook the thing and cursed. A sick cold suddenly prickled against his arms, shoulders, and crawled down his back. The hackles on his neck stood. A very ill feeling began to take hold in the depths of his gut. Reluctantly, he spun the flint wheel one last time. The flame caught. Ryan gasped. That's it. That's all I'm going to share with you for now. Stay tuned for Paradise, coming October 30th, 2026, exclusively through me or my website at www.morbidtoybox.com. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'll check you later.